What if there's a 30-year-old engine still hitting 500,000 miles, while million-dollar modern trucks croak at 100K? What if GM built a 2-year legend so perfect they killed it for being too good? These aren't fairy tales. They're diesel legends that have been crushing the competition for decades. And today, we're revealing the 6 most indestructible power plants that absolutely refuse to die. One of these will blow your mind, guaranteed. Number 6. The LB7 Duramax, the revolution that changed everything. In 2001, GM was bleeding market share to Ford's 7.3-liter Power Stroke. Their pathetic 6.5-liter Detroit diesel was getting demolished, and GM knew they had to swing for the fences or go home. So they partnered with Isuzu and dropped a nuclear bomb on the diesel market, the 6.6-liter LB7 Duramax. This beast cranked out 300 horsepower and 520 pound-feet of torque, absolutely obliterating anything Ford or Ram could throw at it. But here's the genius. GM became the first of the big 3 to use high-pressure common rail direct injection in pickup trucks. That Bosch fuel system pushed an insane 23,000 psi through a bulletproof CP3 fuel pump, technology that literally every modern diesel still uses today. The LB7 was virtually emission-free. No DPF nightmares, no SCR complexity, no DEF headaches. Just pure, unfiltered diesel power. The dark side. Those notorious injector failures that cost $3,000, $4,000 to fix. Almost every LB7 on the road has had injectors replaced, and high-mileage engines developed head gasket issues. But here's the crazy part. Despite these problems, LB7s regularly hit 200,000 miles, with many pushing 300,000. The LB7 wasn't just an engine, it was a revolution that established the foundation for every modern diesel built today. Number 5. Ford's 6.7L Power Stroke, the greatest comeback story ever told. After the 6.4L Power Stroke disaster, Ford's diesel reputation was in absolute ruins. Customers were fleeing faster than roaches when the lights turn on. Ford's diesel future looked deader than disco. Then Ford made the boldest move in diesel history. They brought engine development entirely in-house for the first time and built a completely new power plant from scratch. The result was the 6.7L Power Stroke, launched in 2011. Ford's diesel redemption story written in cast iron and steel. They used compacted graphite iron block construction that's 75% stronger than traditional cast iron. Added a reverse flow cylinder head that manages heat better than anything the competition offered. The emissions technology actually worked instead of destroying the engine like the 6.4L setup. Power evolution, 2011-2014, 390 horsepower, 735 pound-feet. 2015 to 2019, 440 horsepower, 860 pound-feet. 2020 plus, up to 500 horsepower, 1,100 pound-feet. Early models had turbo and EGR cooler issues, but by 2015, the 6.7L became rock-solid reliable. Ford went from being the punchline to setting the benchmark. The 6.7L Power Stroke is the greatest comeback story in diesel history. Number 4. 6.7 Cummins, 2007 to 2018. The inline 6 beast. When Cummins retired the legendary 5.9L, diesel enthusiasts held their breath. Could the successor live up to that impossible legacy? The 6.7L Cummins didn't just deliver, it dominated. Debuting in 2007, it became the only inline 6 in the heavy-duty segment, offering torque smoothness that V8s couldn't touch. With its long stroke design, this engine cranked out 350 horsepower and 650 pound-feet right out of the gate, making it an absolute towing monster. While Ford was struggling with their 6.4L disaster and GM was wrestling with LMM emissions issues, the 6.7L Cummins stood tall. This wasn't just a pickup engine, it was built for punishment. Found in school buses and medium-duty trucks enduring brutal daily abuse, it kept running when everything else quit. The problems: emissions equipment caused headaches, clogged EGR coolers, failing turbo actuators, weak DEF systems, and the infamous heater grid bolt failure that could instantly destroy an engine. Early 2007-2011 models avoided DEF complexity, striking a better balance of power and reliability. If you want rugged strength without emissions drama, The 2007-2011 6.7L Cummins is diesel gold. Number 3. LBZ Duramax 6.6L V8 2006-2007. The Holy Grail. The LBZ Duramax is the holy grail of GM diesel engines. Built for only 2 years, 2006 to 2007, it represents the perfect storm of power, reliability, and engineering excellence that GM has never matched since. Under the hood, the LBZ featured a stronger engine block, forged fractured connecting rods, refined ECM programming, and an upgraded fuel system. It wasn't just tough, it was brilliant. Performance was explosive. 350 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque made it the strongest Duramax ever built at that time. Tuners worship this engine for its responsiveness and durability, often calling it the most bulletproof diesel GM ever produced. It was also the first Duramax paired with the Allison 1000 6-speed transmission, a commercial-grade gearbox that gave the LBZ an unbeatable advantage over Ford and Ram. On emissions, it hit the sweet spot perfectly. EGR and catalytic converter, but no DPF complexity that plagued later engines. The only tragedy? Its criminally short production run. By 2008, it was replaced by the more emissions-heavy LMM. To this day, the LBZ remains the high watermark in diesel history. Number 2. Ford Navistar 7.3L Powerstroke, the commercial-grade tank. Ford didn't mess around when they introduced the 7.3L Powerstroke. Instead of designing a new engine, they took International's T444E, a proven commercial-duty power plant, and dropped it straight into pickup trucks. This wasn't inspired by heavy-duty technology. It was heavy-duty technology. The name says everything. T for turbo, 444 for cubic inches, E for electronic control. It rolled off the same production line as International's massive commercial engines with only minor differences: paint color, ECM tuning, turbo configuration, and fuel filter housing. When it launched in 1995, it produced 275 horsepower and 525 lb-ft of torque. Modern half-tons make more power on paper, but here's the insanity. This engine is still running strong 30 years later. Those seemingly modest numbers from 7.3 liters of displacement were absolutely intentional. This engine is so understressed, it runs forever. We're talking 30-year-old engines routinely hitting 300,000 plus miles, with many approaching 500,000 or even crossing into phone number territory, 1 million miles. The secret? KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid. No fancy electronics, no complex emission systems, just bulletproof mechanical diesel power. When something breaks, you don't need a computer science degree, just tools and determination. While modern trucks hit the scrapyard, these commercial-grade tanks keep running. It's the diesel equivalent of classic rock, timeless, reliable, and built with soul that new engines simply can't match. Number 1. The legendary 5.9L Cummins, the engine that started it all. When the 5.9L Cummins debuted in 1989, it didn't just change the game, it created an entirely new sport. Before the 5.9L, big block gas engines dominated heavy-duty trucks. But this Cummins diesel sparked a revolution that turned diesel from a work tool into a badge of honor. Other diesels existed, GM's 6.2L and Ford's naturally aspirated disasters, but none had the power, durability, or pure desirability of the Cummins. It was the first diesel truck engine people actually wanted, not just tolerated. From 1989 to 1998, the 12-valve 5.9L Cummins was a mechanical masterpiece. No electronics, no complexity, just commercial-grade inline-six architecture built to outlast civilization itself. Its modest factory power left massive room for tuning gains without sacrificing reliability. Key generations, 1994 to 1998. The P-Pump years, legendary for reliability and performance. 1998.5. Second-gen introduction known as the Holy Grail for strength and tunability. 2003-2004. Third gen with CP3 pump delivered monster power when modified. The problems. The infamous 53 block, 1998-2002, was prone to cracking, and the killer dowel pin could cause catastrophic timing damage. But thanks to its big rig DNA and bulletproof construction, the 5.9L Cummins regularly surpasses 500,000 miles. It didn't just power trucks. It redefined diesel reliability and earned its place as the greatest longevity legend ever built. These engines didn't just power trucks. They revolutionized the automotive industry. From the LB7's pioneering technology to the 5.9L's era-defining impact, these power plants prove that true engineering excellence stands the test of time. The question isn't which one is best. They're all legends in their own right. The real question is, which one would you trust with your life on a cross-country haul at 2 a.m. with 500,000 miles on the odometer?